Hey there, friendlies, it's Carolyn, and welcome back to the phase of my RV life that I'm calling the ghettofication of Matilda. And in case you don't know, you didn't catch that, I'm going to spell it out for you, the ghettofication. I'm not sure if I filmed this when it happened, but let me show you what I did. I was in a campground in Alabama. I was backing up and I had Capone propped up on the seat next to me too high, and I couldn't see out of my side mirror very well. And because it's so hot down here, I've been driving with my windows open to get a nice cool breeze throughout my rig while I drive to kind of keep it cool in there. Well, my window was open, kind of lost track of my tail end, and look what I did. Yeah, how ghetto am I? You know, duct tape on the bumper is one thing, but a busted window with a tarp duct taped, which didn't hold very well. But anyway, this second panel up here of the window was open and smashed into a tree and just smashed it. So I've been driving like this for a little over a week now. So, and being in the South, my refrigerator isn't working very well. My freezer works great, but my refrigerator just doesn't seem to be cooling enough. And my generator is sputtering. And what else? I think that's all new on the home front of Matilda, but I'm really close to an RV shop that can do everything. Well, I hope everything. So I'm going to take it in there. I am in Florida, and Bob's mom has a guest room, so I can stay in there. So it's a perfect time to take Matilda into the shop and get some things done. On the laundry list of things to do today, number one is the refrigerator. I originally called because I thought I had an electrical issue. I was plugged into shore power here at Bob's mother's house in her garage, and noticed every time I got into the RV without my shoes on, I got a pretty bad shock, and put my shoes on and it was fine. I had to have some rubber, I guess, to be grounded. So I got a polarity tester. I thought there was a problem with the ground in my RV, and the polarity tester showed that, that I had a ground problem in my RV, but I think, and then I turned on the generator, and then I tested the power source. There's also a ground issue on the power source, which is the garage. So I thought I unplugged that and then plugged in my generator and tried my electrical outlets on the generator to see if it was internal. So I turned on the generator and the polarity tester still showed that I had a ground problem. Well, since then, I went out into the National Forest by myself for a few days near here. I ran my generator. I thought, what the heck, I'll just check the polarity again, and now it's fine. So I'm thinking that maybe I didn't unplug the power cord when I turned on the generator. I'm thinking I just turned on the generator and forgot to plug it in and just test my internal. I think I was still testing the bad ground in the garage. So that was why I'm going to go ahead and get the electrical checked out today anyway, just in case. But I've been testing it periodically over the last several days, and it's been running fine. I'm going to get my generator serviced because it does sputter, especially when it rains, and it smells really bad of gas, so we'll get that checked today. My van air conditioning does not work at all. It needs to be replaced. I was told that a year ago. I might get that done today as well. My black tank is sinking a little bit. That needs to be shored up, so I'm going to have them take a look at that. Oh, and my solenoid, which still doesn't work when I drive, and I've been able to, Bob helped me troubleshoot it a little bit, and we did a little research and looked at it, and I think the problem is it does not have an ignition wire connected to the solenoid. So I'm going to see if they can do that for me too, so that I can charge while I drive, because that's still been an ongoing issue. Okay. I felt all morning like I was ready to take Matilda into the doctors to find out a cancer diagnosis, and that's pretty much, I got worst case scenario. It looks like the refrigerator might have to be replaced. If not, maybe just the cooling unit or the controller or something. He's going to let me know in a couple days. But I gave him the laundry list of things to do. It's going to be probably about $3,000 worth of work. I just don't even know what to think anymore. I'm at RV Coach, and actually, what is it called? American Pro RV Services. Really nice guy, really helpful. They can do almost everything. They can't fix my window. I might have a hard time getting that window fixed, so I might just have to stay ghetto. That might be an insult to ghetto, but we'll see what we can do. Maybe I can get some plexiglass to put over it or something. She might be in sound running condition by the time I'm done, but she ain't gonna look good. Said it'll be a couple days before he lets me know about the refrigerator. Worst case scenario on that is about $2 grand. And yeah, I don't know. All right, I'll talk to you guys next time. Yay, Matilda's back. It's only been 7 days. I thought it would be about 2 weeks, but he got all the work done in 7 days, and I had really good news. Worst case scenario did not play out, so stay tuned. The good news is it didn't cost $5,000. It only cost about $1,200, so I was elated, as you can imagine. I mean, here I thought I was going to have to spend $5,000, buy a new refrigerator, and it was only $1,200. I'm going to go through the repair order and tell you what he did. And I'm sharing this with you because a lot of people who write to me are thinking about buying older RVs. I knew that when I bought an old RV that it was going to take a lot of work, and I read that, and everything I read said if you're going to buy an older RV, be prepared to work on it. I wasn't prepared for this much. To be honest with you, I honestly didn't know that it was going to be this much, but I want to share with you what was done so that you know, for reference, if you ever have to be in a situation where you need to take your RV in. And I think also I kind of would like your feedback on some of this, because the tale is going to continue, as you'll see here in the next couple of weeks. And so they checked the refrigerator. They said they plugged it in, checked it at the freezer came at -1 degrees. He said he was able to get the refrigerator down to about 30 degrees. So he said all of that checked out, both on 110 and on gas. Did a diagnostic, they tested the cooling unit and everything. They said there was nothing wrong with it that they could tell, except that maybe the seals around the refrigerator and the freezer were kind of loose, letting in some air and condensation and building up frost. That's what he said. I don't have a thermometer, so I haven't been able to, so I didn't test the inside, but I know that when my water was in there overnight, it was barely lukewarm in the morning. He says there's nothing wrong with it. $285 for that. Change the oil on the generator and clean the air filter, and he said they ran it for 30 minutes and he said it seems good. So that was $134.98. No problems, they say, with the generator. It's running fine. They went ahead and changed the oil. They checked the charging system because my engine battery was not charging my house battery when I drive like it was supposed to. My friend Badge, hi Badge, and hi Billy, and hi Elle, because Badge tried to change the solenoid on it and we still could not get it to work. I mean, everything in this rig is just a mess. Whoever worked on it before just did crazy stuff, wonky stuff. But like I said, I did some research on my own and thought all it needed was an ignition wire. So I told him that. Well, what American Pro RV Service Center told me is that there is not a relay. So the reason my engine battery is not charging my house battery is because it's not set up to do that. He says there is no relay. I don't know if I agree with that, because I could swear when I first bought it, it did work. I don't know that for a fact though, because I didn't really know anything and I didn't know how to test it. But he charged me $229 for that. He said that there was a fuse blown that was charging the auxiliary jump not to work. I didn't know the auxiliary jump didn't work. I didn't ask him to fix the auxiliary jump, but he charged me $229 for that. Again, I was just so happy that it didn't cost $5,000 that I just said, woohoo, $1,200, okay, I'm good to go. It's been a couple weeks. The story continues, but right now I'm laying the groundwork for future videos. He checked the black tank. He said it's not a big deal. Every black tank starts to kind of settle after time, and the brackets that are on it, he said, aren't factory brackets, and he said in order to do it, the whole thing would have to be torn out, replaced. It would be $1,000. I'm not going to worry about that. He didn't charge me anything for that. So when I bought the RV, they told me, the people I bought it from told me that the van air conditioning didn't work, that it just needed to be recharged. Within about a month, I took it to an air conditioning place to get it recharged. They said, no, your compressor's shot. It completely needs to be redone. It'll be about $1,000. So I've been driving around for a year without air conditioning because I needed to invest in other things I figured I could do without air conditioning. He ran a test. He said there was nothing wrong with the compressor. There was nothing wrong with the air conditioning. And he went ahead and recharged it. However, my dash vents aren't opening. So the only way I now have air conditioning is if I turn on defrost. I mean, it's blowing, I can hear it blowing, it's just not coming through the vents. And he said there's probably a spring or something in there broken. So even though it's blowing cold air now, it's barely coming out. And it only comes out if I put it on defrost. And I hear a click, 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 click. And he charged me $396 for that. And they checked my shore cord and they checked my electrical system just to make sure I didn't have a ground issue, and he said that all checked out fine. So $57. So the grand total is $1,215. And now I have peace of mind that I had everything checked out and everything is working fine, and hopefully this is the last expense I have for Matilda. I put a lot of money into the engine. Up to this point I hadn't put any money into the inside of the cabin, the house part, and it's a 24-year-old rig. It needs maintenance. So now that I've had some maintenance done, I look forward to having many, many more carefree miles and just wanted to share that with you. And for anybody, save this. This can be a reference, and read the comments because I'm sure a lot of people are going to have a lot of good advice. I'm actually looking forward to hearing what you say about this. And for those of you who are thinking about buying an older RV, I hope that this helps you know what to look for and what to expect when you take it into the shop. So until next time, thanks for being here. Remember to always be happy, be free, and be kind.